This is Robb with PrintRaces.net. Just wanted to walk you through the strength workout. So if you follow us over, we'll walk you through it all. The first exercise you're going to see on there is going to be abdominals with medicine ball and shins. By doing so, you can either put the ball up on your knees here, or what we do if you're by yourself for safety reasons, just put the dumbbell in between your feet. Your goal is to be at 90 degrees off of your femur to your abdominals. And you'll notice the nose talks about center. Notice that I'm taking my shoulder blades straight up to the roof. I'm going to do that for 5. Then when you come across, your goal is to get your opposite elbow to the opposite knee. So in this instance, it's right elbow to left knee. Notice how my left arm stays down. It doesn't curl up. The idea is you want to be able to get the external obliques engaged at all times. From there, you'll come right into single leg shoulder press. What you want to do is you want to tighten up your abdominal group so you're standing on a single leg. Then what you're going to want to do is bring your arms all the way up and bring them all the way down only to 90 degrees. Variation of that would be if you want to come down and work on the lower side, bringing them up. The key to remember is to stop at 90 degrees when you do that. That'd be 2 variations on your shoulder press. From there, you go right into push-ups off the bench. Nothing fancy about it. Your goal here is you want to start so that when you come down, your arms are at 90 degree bend in the elbow. All you're going to do is single leg. And your key on your push-ups is to breathe in on the way down and breathe out on the way up. From there, single leg bicep curls, very similar to shoulder press. Your goal, stand on single leg. The catch here is to make sure that you only bring your arms up to 90 degrees and then bring them back down. Above 90 degrees, you take the load off of the biceps. The other thing to remember when you're doing your bicep curls is not to put a death grip on it, let the weight hang in on your palms. And you want to keep your wrist in line with your shoulders. You don't want them out here, you don't want them in. You want them to hang straight down, straight up to 90 degrees. That's going to wrap up cycle number 1. Cycle number 2, closed hand pull-ups. You'll notice when you come to the gym, you either have a real wide bar like this, or you have some that are narrow. We want to go with the narrow. This direction. All right, I'm going to face it away from you, but just so you get an idea of what it's going to look like. You want to come, let your arms hang all the way down. You just want to pull straight up, and then you want to make sure you come all the way back down to full extension. You can use one of these machines that has the assisted weight to help get yourself assisted to go up. But the idea is to try to get your hands as close as possible. It's going to work biceps as well as the shoulders and the back. The second exercise we have in cycle 2 is going to be single leg pullback. Again, because we're trying to work on proprioceptive balance, we want you on one leg. It doesn't matter if you do one leg, right leg or the left leg. The whole thing you want to be looking for is you want the hands to come beside the chest muscles. And what you're going to notice when you do this is the cord is going to want to pull you forward. Okay? So by doing it, you have to tighten up your stomach muscles, single leg, straight back, hands close to your chest. Nice and high. What that's doing is it's forcing your shoulder blades to have to come together, work on your rhomboids. If you don't have a stretch cord, if you don't have access to a stretch cord, you can always do it on one of these type machines with a handle like this that you can adjust that pulls straight back. This machine just doesn't have to have that. The third exercise is single leg cable crossovers. This one you have to be real careful not to go heavy on the weight. Particularly for guys, they want to do a lot more weight than they really should. The shoulder joint is not designed to go laterally like this, but we do want to use it to strengthen, especially for the anterior side of the shoulder joint and the chest muscles. What we're going to do is start, once again, with single leg. What you're going to do is bend over so you have a flat back. What you're going to do is just bring the weights in. Notice that I'm not locking my arms out. I'm trying to bring them into a circle. Bring them up to the horizon and straight back in. The slower you can move the weight, the more your chest muscles and anterior delt are going to have to do the work for you. Okay? Once again, with single leg, you're working on proprioceptive balance, and when you bend over, you're engaging both abdominal and lower lumbar. So keep the weight smooth, keep the arms bent, not straight. Bent arms. Act like you're hugging a barrel is what you want to be thinking about. This next exercise, abdominal pull down. Put the weight relatively light. What you're going to do is, this is what they call a tricep pull down apparatus. We use it because it allows it to go on either side of your head easily. You just come down to your knees, either put your hands on the side of your head or in front, whatever you're comfortable with. But the goal is to act like there's a bar that you're bending over. Okay, you almost want to act like you're bowing down. The tendency that you're going to have is you're going to want to use your arms. Don't do that. Leave your hands stationary on your head. Bend over the bar. Straight up and down. Pull. Try to get your elbows to go towards your thighs. So you almost want to act like you're doing this with your abdominals. That's your goal. Okay? When we start cycle number 3, we would go back to the abs with the legs up at 90 degrees. Okay? Again, focusing on the center, trying to get your elbows directly towards your knees, then crossing over, right elbow to the left knee. Same exercise that we did in cycle number 1. The next exercise is for rotator cuff. If you have a machine like this where this adjusts, you can do it this way. We use stretch cords just for convenience. The idea is the stretch cord needs to pull straight across the chest. You notice my arm is at 90 degrees. It's not up here, and it's not down there. It's at 90 degrees. You want to just get it to where there's a little bit of pull, and you're going to stand on the opposite leg. Now, please don't get confused or frustrated. I'm using my right hand, so my left leg is the one that I'm going to be standing on, because what you're trying to do is get your external obliques to stabilize. Now we're going to work on rotator cuff. And all I'm going to do is just pull the cord away from me and bring it back all the way to the starting point. Notice when I do this that I don't let my elbow leave my side. And you're going to feel the small, deep little stabilizer muscles inside the shoulder joint. You're going to feel them rotating back and forth. That's trying to get the head of the humerus to stabilize in there for rotator cuff injuries, swimmer shoulder. This exercise right here is what we're after. Don't think that you're going to use a lot of weight. That's not what's important. What's important is engaging the small stabilizer muscles inside there. So you want to switch sides, same thing. You want it to be tight, elbows to my side, and all I'm going to do is stand on my opposite leg. I'm on my right leg for my left arm, just come straight across. Again, you won't need a lot of weight to exhaust that muscle tissue. It's a very small muscle tissue, but it's very important for tendonitis of the shoulder, swimmer shoulder, everything like that. Also, when we go to swim out this way, we want to have strength and stability. The next one that we're going to do is work the back of the arms for triceps. It's denoted as single leg overhead press. Just put your fingers through the weight safely and comfortably. Everything is done on one leg for more balance purposes. Notice that my elbows are beside my head. They're not out here. They need to be beside your head. And they're going to go straight up and straight down. And remember, the whole idea behind single leg is to force your abdominal cavity to create stability. Elbows are nice and tight because what we're trying to hit, we're trying to hit triceps back here. We're not trying to do a bicep. Just straight up and straight down.